Wagwan. It's your humble host, Big Truck. You already know what we gonna do. Conversation and review. Shout out to my girl, Pink Book Lessons. She's doing such an amazing job. Go to her channel, show her some love. Without further ado, she has some things to say. I have some things to say. Then the spirit of the universe is gonna take us home. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet. Let's get this work.
And here we go.
This is a Fox News alert. News from the President of the United States that there has been an attack inside Iran. Just moments ago, President Donald Trump putting out on Truth Social, we have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. Again, this from President Donald Trump. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordo. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Again, that's just seconds ago from President Donald Trump on Truth Social, suggesting that those B-2 bombers that perhaps were on the way may have been behind this. We'll get more details on.
My question would be, why was there a U.S. attack on Iran? What did they do? What happened? Why? What was the cause? Sometimes you have to look into things instead of looking at things. And sometimes you have to take certain things with a grain of salt. And sometimes you have to ask the right questions, the right logic questions. Sometimes you have to sit back and watch facial micros and body language. There's a lot of things to really look into and the reasons why that the U.S. feel that they had to launch an attack on Iran. Let's continue.
On these 3 sites that the president said has been attacked inside Iran.
Trump said he was going to make a decision within 2 weeks, and it didn't take that long. He made the decision within a couple of days. If you missed my last 2 videos, go ahead and catch up. The links are below in the description. I said Trump was one decision away from World War III, and he officially made that decision Saturday night, June 21st, leading into a new season, summer. So now we're about to have the hottest summer like no other. And no, I'm not here for it, but I'm definitely watching because, you know, some people are just wondering right now if they need to pay their bills on the 1st or not.
Oh my God. If we're supposed to be getting bombed on Thursday, right? I get paid that Friday though. You see what I'm saying? Can they at least hold off to like Saturday or Sunday? So we ain't gotta go to work on Monday? Like, who I talk to, you know? Do they have like a corporate number I can call or like a manager I can speak to? Or
yo, if we get nuked, can it be like in the morning? Because I don't want to work all day and then come home to getting nuked.
Take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this.
My question would be, what is it about those 4 regimes that needed to be taken care of, attacked? Again, it goes back to why. You know, I'm quite sure Trump has a valid reason of why. Could it be that some individuals are taking it way too far? Could it be that some individuals can be scared? I don't know. But it's worth to take a good dive into, take a good look into. And I have, series of questions. Let's continue.
Horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key.
Did they have plans on using their nuclear weapons towards the U.S.? What were their plans? Did the U.S. Sidetrack their plans? Could that be it? You know, series of things. I'm not much into the politic of things, but when something comes across my desk and it's like, big truck, take a look at this. What are your thoughts? I'm going to give you my straight, honest to Yeshua truth. Because when it comes down to it, it's just an opinion.
Nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
We have some major news. Iran is now threatening the United States following Donald Trump's attack of 3 nuclear facilities in the country. According to the New York Times, a news anchor said on Iranian state television, quote, "Mr. Trump, you started it and we will end it." The broadcast showed a large graphic of American bases in the Middle East with the headline, quote, "Within the fire range." The anchor said the United States had no legitimate place in the region. As we know, Iran has made it abundantly clear that if the United States were to attack them, that they would retaliate, likely targeting American military bases in the Middle East. We also know that there are around.
So now it seems like they have it already strategically set on what they're going to do if the U.S. attack them again. The question would be, why is the U.S. attacking Iran in the first place? That would kind of be a major question asked. You know, let's continue. It seems like the U.S. was poking the bear, and the bear got mad, and now the bear is going to strike. That's what it appears. That's what it seems, allegedly. Let's continue.
Around 40,000 American troops in the region that could theoretically be struck by Iran.
The Islamic Republic of Iran condemns in the strongest terms the United States' brutal military aggression against Iran's peaceful nuclear facilities. It is an outrageous, grave, and unprecedented violation of the fundamental principles of the Charter of the United Nations and international law. The warmongering and lawless administration in Washington is solely and fully responsible for the dangerous consequences.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed.
We were negotiating with the Americans.
It just seems like, to me, the U.S. stuck their nose in something they had no business sticking their nose in. That's what it appears to me. I may be wrong. Don't quote me on it. You can't always stick your nose in other people's fights, other people's disagreements, or involve yourself in other people's arguments and things of so forth have you. There's a way you have to strategically move in this generation and generations to come. All right? Be careful of how you treat people. We can't bully everybody. You can bully the wrong person, and that person can have enough. And bullying an individual oftentimes will backfire. Then you'll have hell to pay. And then in your time of reflection, it's almost like maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't have went that way. We shouldn't have took that angle. We shouldn't have did that. Because now you opened up a whole can of worms for you. Let's continue. Just saying.
When we were attacked. You made this choice. You started this. The 40 to 50,000 American soldiers in the region are now legitimate targets. Every American citizen and soldier is a legitimate target. We were negotiating, we were using diplomacy, but now you've chosen for the blood of your soldiers to be spilt. The American president in the White House chose to collect the coffins of 40 to 50,000 American soldiers. We will start this, and we will show not only your military presence or military bases in the region, even the presidency of Trump will not be in existence.
Let me just say, they ain't playing. They mean serious business. What you did, you shouldn't have done. Fair enough. Why did you do it? On what grounds did you have to destroy those faculties? Just a simple question. And I'm quite sure he has a simple answer. Was it really worth it? Because now it's game on. You started a fire, and now the shit's gonna be blazing. It's gonna be hot girl and hot boy summer.
So now Iran is saying they're definitely coming for the 40,000 U.S. soldiers that's already in the region. But not only are they coming after U.S. soldiers and U.S. citizens, but they're also coming for Donald Trump. They said Donald Trump will not exist. And black people, except for Shamar, collectively decided to stay out of this. Many black people are saying this ain't got nothing to do with us.
This is a message from the blacks to the Iranian military. We don't have nothing to do with the United States. So please, if there's any way you can leave us out of it, we have a number, we have an email address.
It's too late for that. You live in the United States, you targeted. You live in the United States, you already involved. So the reactions, you can miss me with the reactions. You can have so many reactions until you black and blue. What's going to be is what's going to be. How it's going to go is how it's going to go. And ain't nothing you can do to stop it. You live here in the United States, so therefore you are included. When individuals have already made an executive decision to execute something, to execute a plan, that plan is going to be executed by any means necessary. Trump poked a bear, in my opinion, not my opinion, from what I see, because my opinion holds no weight. I'm just reacting to what I'm hearing, and I'm sharing my thoughts. Let's continue.
Address. Black Twitter is up and running. If you can just tweet us what's going to happen before it happens so that we can move accordingly. We just want to put it out there. The United States does not represent us. Anything they say is being told against our will. We promise you we do not agree with anything they are saying. We as a black community, we have been, oppressed for a very long time. We are all very tired. We're also really, really good times. So we just feel like if we can just all get on the same side, if we can just have a little chat before anything happens.
Remember I told you so many people was worrying about and focused on the left, the riots, ICE, immigration, deportation, and so forth. Everybody was worrying about what was going on, what's happening to the left. And I said, you're not paying attention to the right. The right is what you need to be concerned about, not what's going on to the left. Them paid Antifas going out there, paid protesters going out there, getting blacks and Hispanics all worked up and shit. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, they had stuff really going on. They had stuff really popping. They had stuff, they had the bubble. They had the pot of water bubbling. It was boiling. And look what happened. Something over here took your focus, took you away from what you really should have been worried and concerned about. And this is why I say, people, you have to look into things instead of looking at things. Also, what I say is you have to learn how to move. You have to learn how to move quietly. You have to keep your eyes on a swivel at all times. Because anything can happen, anything can change on any given Sunday. Game time.
Not saying anything will happen, but in the event that it does, can the blacks get a heads up first? I mean, I just ran the other day, so we really have a lot in common already.
I ran with the mean Chicago niggas. What the fuck y'all got going on with us? We ain't did shit to y'all ass. And baby, we not ducking no much smoke, but I'm just saying. What the fuck we got to do with y'all little war and whatever y'all got going on? But baby, why the fuck y'all come and play with motherfucking Chicago like phone them won't slide? Baby, we got YNs in Chicago to turn y'all to a goddamn Swiss cheese grilled cheese sandwich. What is you talking about?
Iran better not f around and find out that they might be called I was. Now, Iran recently sent out a tweet that said everyone will feel it. And I just want to know, what are we going to feel? And then after that tweet, sometime around their 10 o'clock news, they put out some propaganda. That stated, tonight there will be a big surprise and the world will remember it for centuries.
I will say this, be careful what the news say. You've been warned. Be careful of what you're hearing on the news. You know how the news media work, okay? You know how they get down. If you don't know something, research it. Don't take what the news media has to give you and then you run 8 miles with it and get all worked up and bent, okay? You know, there's money to be made in wars. U.S. has a debt that needs to be taken care of. So a lot of times, my friend, I need you to keep those things in mind.
I mean, I'm all about surprises, but what are we going to remember?
Dear Iran, peace and blessings be unto y'all, my brothers and sisters. I'm saying, though, what the f going on, twin? I seen you over there dropping missiles on Israel, and I was like, damn, them folks standing on business. But then you tweeted, everybody gonna feel this. And I was like, whoa. Like, shout, what you even talking about? I know how it be when a be in that mode, you would give it to anybody that get in your way.
My Hebrew, Israel. I mean, it's all love coming from my end, coming from me. I don't have no beef with no one. However, when it's time to have conversations, it's time to have a conversation. When it's time to separate, it's time to separate. When it's time to fight, it's time to fight. It's time to speak, it's time to speak. When it's time to sit, it's time to sit. It's time to have peace, it's time to have peace. Me personally, I choose to sit and have peace. I don't involve myself in everybody else's mess and everybody else's business and everybody else's fight. I'm the one, I fall back. You don't see me, but I see you. And that's how I choose to move my life. That way, my name don't get caught up in nothing. I'm good. I'm free. I'm strong. I'm black and I'm proud.
Just remember, fam, black folks in America don't run shit or call no shot. When we be invading the country and starting wars, that don't be black folk. Shit, we just go so they'll pay for our college and get a little Charger or a Camaro. Hell, I ain't getting that one. I got an Impala LTZ. I'm just saying, fam, if anybody understand being fed up with the whole world fucking with you, it's us. We can't just be letting y'all talk crazy to it, threaten us. We could work on the work. You know, we'll step on y'all niggas like Dan's Revolution, shot. We ain't even on all this, shot. Hit them up ASAP. My folk done got that Zop. Me got Don Julio bottles on their head while they shake, cracking on their face. Let's talk this thing out amicably and find a common resolution to these. Holla at me, bro. P.S. I know you about your and I see you, bro, but you don't want to set these American white folks out talking about no war. Japan ain't been the same since they thought they were ready. Now all they do is make PlayStations and anime.
And to the black people still running around talking about Kamala Harris would have done this or that, for the record, Israel is a nonpartisan issue. That's one thing all the politicians agree on. Or else, AIPAC will deal with them accordingly. They'll erase them. And if you're still talking about Kamala, then apparently these people still got y'all in a chokehold. Still got y'all brainwashed, calling that Indian lady a black woman for one. And two, not only is Kamala a Zionist and her husband, but Donald Trump is too, and his daughter, along with Joe Biden, the Clintons, and every other president too.
True. They all run together. They all sit together. They all break bread together. They all have tea and crumpets together. Okay? If you've been the type of individual that went against the grain, then you would understand what I'm talking about, and you will not fall into this rhetoric. You will not fall into the brainwashing. Okay? Because in order to unlearn what you have learned, you got to be willing to go against the grain. Because now you're seeing things clearly for what they really are. And you don't get worked up when you hear certain things. You just sit back, crack open a cold one, a red stripe, or pour you some Pink Whitney vodka, and just sit back, relax, and watch the show. Move quietly and strategically.
AIPAC been exposed as co-opted Obama long before he became president. So get it through your head, while these people got y'all banging red and blue, nobody will ever become the president of the United States if they're not in bed with Israel. Never. And what I like about AIPAC is they don't play these Crip blue and red blood games. They choose people on both sides, so it doesn't matter which party is in power, they're always in control. That's why right now, Israel is happy. They successfully got the U.S. to jump into their fight, and they wouldn't have had it any other way. Now Iran is threatening U.S. soldiers, U.S. citizens, and the U.S. President Donald Trump, who can now take credit for making the decision to directly involve America into this drama in the Middle East.
And then that would turn right around, make his name good, make him good. You know, he'd be that guy. Peep game, people. Okay? You have to peep game. You stop allowing certain things to brainwash you.
The UK already said they had nothing to do with the attack. They're trying to separate themselves, which is also interesting, and everybody is still sitting back waiting, anticipating Iran and their allies' next move.
So be the best version of yourself, and many people that see, take that with you and go be great one.